Good morning. Welcome to our yoga intermissions. Try this at home. Always try this at home. Coming to you from Vermont. It's a beautiful day here, a little crisp. My name is Karen at Salt and Sand Studios. It's great to be here with you today. We do have folks in the studio as well, so welcome to everybody. That means if you hear something on YouTube that maybe is not me speaking, don't worry about it. It's someone doing yoga. Today we're going to focus on the breath. The breath is so powerful. You know, we think about all of the props for yoga and how we might need to carry them around if we're going to class or we need to buy them or whatever. The breath is the most amazing prop that you can have. You don't need any money for it. You don't need to pack it away anywhere. You can always bring it with you. We're going to start in a comfortable seat when you're ready. And we'll work on some breath work with some visualization, including the Surya Mudra, the mudra of radiant light. So we're going to flip the palms over, bring the middle finger in toward the palm, and rest the thumb pad, on the nail of the curved finger. Other fingers spread wide, but if you're like me, it has kind of an interesting shape. No worries. You place the back of the hand somewhere on your thighs. Now we're going to check in with the sitting bones and imagine that they are glued to the earth, maybe even rooted into the earth. And we tilt the pelvis forward just a little bit to take the effort out of the low back. Spine is long, chin is tucked. And then we check in with the shoulders. Are they hugging up toward your ears? Hugs are nice, but maybe not the shoulders to the ears. You're going to see if you can relax them as if they could cascade down your back a little bit. And stay here for a moment, noticing the breath. And even by noticing the breath, we change the breath. The breath changes the body. The breath can calm or energize. The breath focus can enable you to be kinder to yourself. And that translates to kindness to others. Now, as the breath moves in and out, you can deepen it a little bit. And if you're feeling slightly lethargic or sleepy, go ahead and focus more on the inhale. If you're feeling overexcited, over caffeinated, anxious, you might focus more on the breath out. We're working in through the nose and out through the nose, but if that doesn't work for you, the recommendation is in through the nose and out through the mouth. Know that you will lose heat if you breathe out your mouth, which is not a bad thing to know for the summer. In this mudra of radiant light, noticing your breath, imagine now you're lying on your back in the sand, a beautiful blue sky above you, maybe a couple puffs of white clouds, and the warmth of the sun is reaching into and under your skin. The breath begins to absorb some of that light, that heat. And as you breathe, the breath spreads that heat and light throughout the body, illuminating the body. Right at the top of the rib cage where the ribs meet, the solar plexus, the light is a little bit brighter. Consider something that happened or you experienced or you did yesterday that made you feel good. Some sort of kindness you might have offered someone, maybe just a smile. Or perhaps something else, a piece of music. And now just briefly, we'll return to this moment and send our focus on something right here, right now. That causes you to smile or feel good. Breathe deeply in. Breathe fully out. Now consider something you look forward to today or this evening or even tomorrow. You don't want to spend a lot of time on future, but something you're looking forward to. Feel how that makes you feel and notice the illumination continue to increase, to brighten. Maybe that illumination is drawing outward from your body and into the air with the breath. Breathe deeply in. Breathe fully out. Come back to this moment and check in with your feet, your calves, your knees. See if the thighs can soften. The hips loosen. The hands, notice what you're experiencing with the shape they make. Maybe with your eyes closed, they feel different than the shape they look like. Notice your elbows, the shoulders. Come back to your solar plexus, your breastbone. A place of self-esteem, of confidence, of decision-making. The place where our human experiences start to integrate. Notice the heart space, the collarbones, the throat, the face and ears, and the crown of the head. Take a big breath in. Release it out your mouth. Two more of those in. Let it go. And a third time. Natural breath. You're welcome to keep your left hand as it is in the mudra, but we're going to take the first two fingers of the right hand and place them between and above the eyebrows. Ring finger rests on the left nostril and thumb rests on the right. Without super squishing the nostril, you're going to block the right nostril with your thumb and breathe in through the left. Block left, breathe out right. Block both. Open left, breathe in. Block left, breathe out right. Block both. Inhale left. Exhale right. We'll switch it up now, but first we'll block both. Breathe in right. Breathe out left. Block both. Inhale right. Exhale left. Block both nostrils. Inhale right. Exhale left. At the bottom of this breath, block both nostrils. Release your hand, breathe in through both. Open the mouth, let it go. A natural breath. And notice any differences here. Do the lungs feel more open? Maybe the heart is softer. Maybe the shoulders don't feel less tense. And perhaps one of your nasal passages feels more open, or maybe there's a little more energy along the nadis, left and right side energy channels. Drop your hands by your sides. See how that changes the body shape, and maybe you even create a little change in the body shape here. This time as you breathe in, reach the arms outward and pause, palms up. As you exhale, rotate your shoulders, palms face down. Inhale, rotate the shoulders, palms up. Stay here as you breathe out. Inhale, lift the arms overhead, arms in a V. Exhale, hands to your heart, Samastiti, seated, meditative posture. Consider now what brought you to your mat, or maybe an intention you'd like to set, or perhaps it's a dedication to bring your breath, the power of your breath, its illumination to those around you. We'll start the more active part of the practice with a single chant of Om. It's not required to join in, but if you would like to, feel free. And otherwise, perhaps you just imagine the vibration of Om coming out the mouth on your breath. We'll take another cleansing breath first. This time deeply in, followed by Om. Eyes can flicker open or stay closed, your choice. Left hand down to the mat, right arm floats high. Really press the sitting bones into the earth. Lift the torso to the crown of the head, and on an exhale, a tilt. I'm a little teapot. Open up the heart toward the clouds. Really press that right sitting bone back to the earth. If it's coming up, a little bit less of a tilt. Maybe you feel like you're tilting at windmills, Don Quixote, but you're opening up that whole right side of your body. Arms float high, rise up. Press the palms together and bend the elbows. Fingertips come to the neck or between the shoulder blades. Press the head back into the forearms like they're pillows and see if you can lift from the top of the pelvis all the way to the ribs, then from the ribs to the shoulders. Interlace your fingers and press the palms flat against the back of your head. Open up the elbows. Breathe in. We're going to take a twist over to the left. Each breath in, the spine gains space, and each breath out, you tap into that, cultivating this beautiful shift of the spine, not the hips. Inhale, front and center, and exhale, twist to the other side. It doesn't matter how far you go, not a competition. Imagine that you're twisting at the waist, not the shoulders. Come back, front and center, cactus shape arms. Then drop the right hand to the earth, float the left arm high. Big breath in. Exhale, let tilt over to the right. Press those sitting bones in. It's like they're snapped into your mat. Heart lifts, belly strong. Inhale, lift the arms overhead once more, and the fingers interlace over the head. Press the palms toward the sky. See if you can open up the heart and the collarbones while squeezing the shoulder blades together without dumping all the energy into your low back. We're going to take a seated cat, curve the spine, press the palms forward, drop the head. As you rise up, the palms face the chest, and the elbows bend outward, bringing the hands to the heart. Breathe in. Taking a twist again. This time the left arm flies open. Inhale. And twist. Inhale. And twist. This time, right hand drops behind you. We lift left hand behind you, right arm toward the sky. We take a little heart opener. Sort of a twisty back bend. Maybe the head turns so the eyes gaze up at the hand. Press the left elbow and shoulder downward. Bring your right hand back to your heart. Your shoulders come over your hips, and we return front and center, hands at your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out, twist to the other side. Inhale. And twist. One more round. This time, right hand drops behind, left arm reaches for the sky, a twisty heart opener, pressing the sitting bones to the earth. Open up that heart, that underarm. Maybe look up, your choice. Left hand returns to the heart. We come front and center, both hands on your heart. Close your eyes, drop your chin. A little movement like a pendulum of the chin left and right. Nice and slow. Next time the chin drops to the chest, lift it so it's parallel to the earth. Breathe in. And breathe out. Twist the neck, turning the chin over to the left. Eyes open or close, your choice. But while you are twisting and turning your head, maybe the eyes move all the way over to the left as if you could see your left ear. Eyes come more to the front and the chin turns to the front. So you exhale, neck turns to the other side, chin over the right shoulder. Cultivate the breath, use it as a prop to find a little bit of a deeper twist, even if it's just a micro milli something inch. Eyes shift over toward the right ear, as if you were increasing your peripheral vision. Eyes come back front and center, and then the chin turns toward the front. We're going to find our way into a child's pose. Coming face down, the knees nice and wide, the big toes touch, the arms are long in front, and the forehead rests on something. If the breath is not a prop really to rest your head on, because there's no space creation between the forehead and the mat, you can always bring your hands into a stacked position and rest your head there. You can use a pillow, you can use a block. Feel the sitting bones draw toward the heels, and rather than just letting the belly fall, see if you can make your torso a little bit longer, drawing the space right below your navel inward and upward, just very slightly, just super softly active. And here you're welcome to rock your head left and right as if you could take your intention or dedication or motivation and rock it into your gray matter, something that you can tap into later. Breathing. See if you can crawl the arms forward a little bit more, starting to feel the scapula, the shoulder blades lift away from the muscle underneath. Draw your way into a tabletop, and we'll use our breath to find some cat-cows. You may need to shift your knees so that they're right under your hips. Open the feet a little bit. And as the belly drops, the breath in, the gaze and hips lift. As the breath moves out, we press the floor away. Tuck the tail, look at the navel. A couple more of those. This is a fundamentals class in terms of the shapes that we take and the focus on the breath. We're going to return into a neutral tabletop, meaning the spine is nice and flat, not concave between the shoulder blades and not concave at the low back, but a little power there. I'm going to float the right leg long off the mat and float the left arm long in front. Reach away with the heel and the fingertips. The nose points toward the ground. We're going to swing the left arm to the left and the right foot to the right, almost as if we're making a flatsy. They're flat, that's that. Squeeze the glutes. Left arm in front. Pause, right leg behind. Knee and elbow draw toward each other. Really press the ground away and scoop the belly in. Inhale, extend the arm and leg, powering up this balance. And if you like a quad stretch, you can reach around for the top of your foot or your pant leg with your left hand and float that leg a little higher. We're opening up the heart and the quad. You might feel more in your quad, a little less in your heart if the quad's tight. Arm and leg long. Keep the leg lifted. Press the left hand to the earth. Swing the right leg above the left calf. Maybe you take a peek over the left shoulder. And then drop the shoelace side of that foot onto the earth. Glide the front of your right hip toward your left heel. So you're sliding that right foot away and down, way and back. You can come to your forearms. Ooh, the big glute opener. IT band. If you'd like a little extra challenge or a little more stretch, you can tuck the right toes under, float the right knee off the mat, and reach that heel farther away from you. Rocking might feel good to add a little angle. We're going to draw back to a three-legged tabletop on your forearms. The right leg reaches behind, and then drop your knee to the mat. A little cat and cow from your forearms. Do cows have forearms? They have 4 legs. A little yoga joke. Return to your tabletop. We'll take that all on the opposite side. Left leg floats off the mat behind. Right arm floats in front. Reach, reach, reach the heel. See if you can draw the left kneecap toward the quad on the same leg. And the right arm to the right, left leg to the left. Squeezing the glutes and the hammies. Arm in front, leg behind. Knee to elbow. Cultivate that breath to help you out. Inhale, extend. Quad stretch here if you did on the other side, or if you didn't, but it feels like you should on this side. Your body's calling for it. Opening up the heart if you can, being aware of the knee. Arm and leg long. Right hand to the mat. Left leg sweeps over to the right. Top of the foot to the earth. Glide the foot and the left hip backward until the left hip meets the right heel, potentially. Direction, not a destination. Feel the breath moving into the right glutes. This is where breath can come in super handy to soften the place that is feeling tight. Tuck your left toes under if you like to float the knee away from the earth. Send the heel farther away from you. Or rock forward and back. Maybe you notice the side is tighter or more open. That doesn't make it good or bad or positive or negative or black or white. It just is. And you're working the whole body here as we rise back up. Three-legged tabletop this time, not on our forearms. And draw the knee to the mat. A little wiggle, a little waggle. Anything that feels good here, take it. And we'll walk the hands forward a couple inches. Make sure the fingers are spread wide. Imagine that you're opening up a pickle jar with each hand. Or maybe not pickles. You could pick something else. Toes tuck under. We shift the sitting bones toward the heels, a little crouch as we float the knees away from the mat. And then slowly on a breath out, move into downward facing dog. Downward dog, especially the first one of the day, often calls for movement. Feel free to take it. Moving in and out of the hands and the feet. The knees might bend. And then we settle in for a couple of breaths. Big breath in. Press the sitting bones high. Breath out. Draw the belly in. 2 more. A lift of the heels, bend of the knees, look past your hands and make your way to them for a forward fold at the front of your mat. You can take any bind you like, but keep the belly in contact with your thighs. If that means a deep bend, take it. Noggin is really heavy. Next breath out, release your bind. Guide the fingers to the shins. Press away and find a half lift, belly in, long spine. Shoulders away from the ears. You want a flat back. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale and fold. Rise to standing like you were molasses or taffy unraveling. A moment in mountain pose once the shoulders stack over the hips and the arms sweep out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart, Samasthi. Inhale, arms lift high. Take a hold of your left wrist with your right fingers. Give it a little tug and a tilt over to the right. Kind of like when we are seated, but you're using your body a little differently. Allow the breath to flow all the way from the soles of the feet and up and out the left fingertips. Arms lift high. We switch our grasp. A little tug of the right wrist this time. And the left. Arms overhead. We take a cactus shape here. And squeeze the shoulder blades together. If that made the belly or the hips stick out forward, see if you can draw the tailbone down. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Bring your hands to your hips. Step your left foot as far to the back of the mat as you can and face the long edge of your mat. Toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Check in that the shoulders and hips are stacked. We're going to take a 5-pointed star. Arms lift up in a V. If you like a little mudra here, there's a power mudra of making fists of the fingers but keeping the thumbs out. Kind of like giving thumbs up, but a little more powerful. Breathe in from the feet, all the way to the crown of the head, all the way up to the thumbs, and breathe out. Cactus shape arms, fingers spread wide. A little drawing in of the shoulder blades toward one another. Then we interlace the hands at the low back or near the glutes. You can hook the fingers if that feels better. If you took a natural interlace, take the opposite, the one that feels awkward. I have to do that too. Draw the kneecaps toward the quads. Draw the belly in. Breath out, fold halfway down, maintain your bind. Nose points at the ground, breathe in. Exhale, fold all the way down, and maybe your bound hands float from your spine, maybe they don't. Well, it's not a competition. The breath helps the spine get long. And maybe we imagine we inhale all the way to the top of the head so that the neck itself starts to lengthen. Next breath out, hands drop toward the earth. We're going to point the left toes toward the back of the mat and come into a runner's lunge. So you're coming to the ball of the right foot. You're facing the back of your mat. And rather than letting that back knee just drift downward, really press the heel away. I'm extending my stance a little bit more. Left knee is right over the left ankle. On an exhale, extend the front leg and fold over it. You're still on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, peel forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, extend and fold that left leg. Inhale, runner's lunge. And once more, exhale, lengthen and fold. Inhale, runner's lunge. Right hand down, left arm high for your twist. Take your time. It's as if the left arm is a flag that you are beginning to wave in the breeze. Spine long, breath in. Twisty, twisty, breath out. Imagine the left heel is dragging your mat backward a little bit. On a breath out, bring the left hand inside the left foot and then Heel toe the left foot to the left. Point your toes to the left and drop your back knee. Untuck your toes. Keeping your right hand flat on the mat under your shoulder, bring your left hand inside your left thigh and take a twist over the left shoulder. You're pressing the left knee away and back while the pelvis is shifting forward. If you like a quad stretch and are feeling that you can do that safely, take it here. Not required. Using the breath to slow the heart, the left hand comes down to the mat. Bring your left toes and heel parallel to one another. Tuck your right toes under. We're going to take a little bit of a wide-legged fold. So press into your hands and your feet and lift the back knee off the mat. You might come to your fingertips as you lengthen that left leg again. Walk the hands toward the long edge of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Rise halfway up. Inhale, rise all the way up. Maybe a little bend in your knees. We're going to pivot on the balls of the feet and bring the heels in, the toes out. Bend the knees over the feet. Oops, sliding mat. It's like magic. Arms come back into a cactus shape. Tom, tuck your tailbone. Lift the right heel off the mat. Sink down. Keep the heel lifted. Draw your heel down. Stay low. Lift the left heel off the mat. Sink lower. Tuck that tailbone. Use the belly. Draw the heel down. Both heels lift off the mat. Keep them there. Sink down. Draw the heels down. Stay low. Nice. Inhale, rise up. Arms in a V. Five-sided star. Toes can come in a little bit. Bring your hands to your heart. We're going to bring the front foot parallel to the front of the mat. Pivot on the left heel so it points, the toes point to the back of the mat again. And come into a warrior two. Oh, sorry. Yeah, your left toes point forward. Tom, other way. You're going to go the opposite way. No, so front foot parallel. Your right foot should be parallel to the front of your mat.
My right foot should be
parallel, not perpendicular.
Wait.
There you go, yeah. And then point your left toes toward the back of the room.
Oh, so
yeah, so warrior two facing the back of your mat.
Oh.
There we go. We're there. We're all there. Left knee directly over the ankle. Feel the glutes activate, draw the belly in, gazes over the middle right finger. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend in that front knee. Maybe play around with lifting the heel again, sinking into that front knee and drawing the foot back down. Yeah, nice power in that back leg. Come back to your warrior two. Reverse it. Side angle, forearm comes inside the left leg, and the right arm floats over your ear. Other way, Tom. There you go. Beautiful. Very little weight in that arm. Rise back up, warrior two. Hands to your hips. Lengthen your left leg. Bring your left foot now parallel to the back of the mat, and point your right toes towards the front. Come into warrior two facing the front of your mat. We're working the belly in and up. We're using the outer edge of the back foot, and we're working our adductors and our abductors on our right thigh to draw the knee away from us to the right. Flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Opening up the heart, remembering the bend in the front knee, maybe lifting the left knee, right ankle. Yep, there's a body part called the heel, and sinking deeper into that front knee. Warrior two. Reverse. Side angle, forearm inside the thigh. Right, left arm sweeps high, and we open the heart toward the sky. Warrior 2. Reverse once more. This time we're going to windmill the hands to frame the front foot, come to the ball of the back foot, our runner's lunge. Right foot in front. As we did before, we check that we have good balance. We let the breath help us out. On a breath out, extend your front leg and fold over it. Inhale, peel forward, heart reaches, runner's lunge. Exhale, lengthen and fold. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, extend and fold. This time as we come into the runner's lunge, we plant the left hand to float the right arm for our twist. Cultivate the breath. Harvest it for your twist. Now as the right hand comes down, it comes down inside the right foot. To heel toe the right foot out to the right and point the toes to the right. We drop the back knee, make sure we have enough space front to back. Left hand under your left shoulder, right hand inside your right thigh. Press the right knee away for a twist. Shift the pelvis forward. Quad stretch if you got it, if you want it. Time the right hand comes inside the right foot. I'm going to make my stance a little bit wider. Tuck your back toes under and hop into a squat. I say hop, taking me several opportunities. Feet might need to be wider or narrower. Hands at your heart. Hands plop back down. We find our way into a tabletop. You might need to move back on your mat. On a Hattasana inchworm pose. So tuck the tailbone to start. And then slowly, like a puppy dog, walk the hands in front. My sister sent me this video of a terrier the other day. And drop the chest, maybe the head, maybe the chin onto the mat. Shoulders can get grumpy, so you might bend the elbows outward, left and right. I need to do that. And here we come back to the feeling of the Surya Mudra, the radiant light. And imagining this time that the sun's light is coming in to the space behind the heart. And the breath is gathering that up and allowing that light, warm, pure light, to illuminate the whole body, to spread into all the negative places, all the dark spaces. So much so that there's light coming out of your heart space and warming up the earth. You're going to tuck your tailbone, draw your belly in, and find your way back to a child's pose. You could bring your knees together or have them apart. If they are together, maybe you come to the top of the head instead of your forehead, and perhaps the arms come back toward the feet. Big, huge breath in, and a full breath out. Hands come back under the shoulders. We press ourselves up and move into a seat. We're shifting into our final 10 minutes of practice, which will include a little meditation. We're going to start with a twist with the left leg long on the mat and the right knee bent. If you like, you could cross the right ankle to the outside of the left thigh. Right hand is not a kickstand. It's just a little guide behind you. Breath allows you to sit up tall and then twist. We check in with the shape of the body. If the shoulder is sneaking up by the ear on the right side, see if you can lower it. Return front and center. Let your right knee drop out to the right, and then draw the sole of your left foot to the mat. Finding a seated pigeon shape. I need to shift a little bit. And you're welcome to stay here, drawing the belly in and sitting up. Or if you have extra space, maybe you can wrap up your shin like a baby, shift it toward the heart, and extend your left foot. You want the heart reaching toward the shin and the shin toward the heart. And then you can rock that baby and make it all happen with that hip. Opening things up, slowing things down, returning to your intention, or maybe that feeling of the sun and the breath combining and illuminating your entire being. We're gonna peace finger wrap the big toe of the right foot. Then see what you can do by bringing the leg straight in front and up. Maybe it doesn't go very far. Sit up nice and tall. And then place the right heel by the left and find a fold over both of your legs, Paschimottanasana. I have super tight hamstrings, not just today, so I bring a bend into the knees. Try using an exhale and a pressing in of the belly to lift back up. Draw the sole of the left foot to the mat. Get ready for your twist on the other side. We prepare by using the breath, sitting up tall, and exhale, twist. Did you already twist to that side? Do you remember which way you twisted before?
You've got your.
Yeah, I think your other knee should be bent. Switch your legs too. Then twist that way. Yeah. Return front and center. Drop that left knee. Scoot the right foot to the mat. Sit up nice and tall here. I will not be able to wrap up this side because I know it's tighter. So I'm just going to stay here, but you could bring your foot and your knee into your elbows. Maybe it works to lengthen the leg and find a little rocking. Yogi toe lock on the big toe of the left foot. Extend the leg in front. Let the heels meet and fold over your legs. Think of this as a shifting forward of the heart rather than a dropping of the head. Use a breath out and an active belly to lift back up. And then maybe the soles of the feet draw to the mat to round the spine and slowly make your way all the way to your back. Here we'll move into a happy baby. The knees in toward the underarms, arms long inside the legs, and the hands take a hold of the inner or outer edges of your feet. The back of the head returns to the earth. The shoulder blades work their way toward the earth, and so does the low back. And here, rock left and right can help massage the spine. And find your way all the way into a comfortable Shavasana posture, where we'll do a little guided meditation. So if that means your feet are on the ground and your knees are bent, that's cool. If you prefer to sit up or sit against a wall or put your legs up the wall, find that place and that space. Hands might be near your heart, or one on the belly and one on the heart, or your arms can flop out by your sides with the palms facing up. Scoot the shoulder blades back to the earth. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. If you like to return to the Surya Mudra, the mudra of radiant light, you can bring your middle finger toward your palm. Let the thumb pads meet the fingertips and spread the other fingers. This time, as you lie on the sand, warm sand of a beach with the blue sky over and the sun's rays reaching out to you, imagine around you is a circle of beings. Some of these beings you know, some of them you don't. Some of them you might have an affinity for, you know them well and love them, and perhaps some are beings with whom you have had words or anger recently. And now, as we slow down the breath and imagine it emanates in and out of the breastbone, the solar plexus, the place at the top of the ribs. The breath absorbs and pulls in this beautiful light from the sun, feeling its warmth and allowing that warmth and light to spread throughout the body. With each breath in, this light becomes more powerful, and each breath out, the light reaches farther and farther away, touching and warming and comforting each of the beings that surrounds you. Gently, you tug your awareness back to your body on the mat, and you start to deepen the breath. And in doing so, the breath guides the body to movement once again. Maybe slow, little, soft movements to start, but those build momentum. If you like a full body pencil stretch, you could take that here. Any movement with a deepening of the breath that eventually allows you to bend your knees and roll to one side. On your side, a moment of gratitude for yourself for making your way to your mat today. And a return to your intention or motivation or your dedication. Use your top hand to press yourself back to a comfortable seat. And we'll close our practice as we begin it with the sound of Om. Sitting up nice and tall. Palms find their home together at your heart. Heart lifts toward the thumb knuckles, and the thumb knuckles send their energy toward the heart. Relax the calves. Relax the quads. Let's use this Om to share the merits of the practice, share our own light, the light that we cultivate, the light that we harvest out to all beings in need. We're going to breathe all the air out of our lungs. Take a super long breath in. Thumb knuckles connect right at the center of your forehead. May the light of kindness fill your thoughts. Thumb knuckles to your lips. May the light of kindness be on every word. Thumb knuckles to your heart. May the light of kindness emanate from your actions. Thumb knuckles return to your forehead, allowing us to bow, honoring one another. Namaste. Thank you all. A treasure to be with you, whether here in studio or in your own space. I hope you have a wonderful remainder of your day. And remember, there are well over 100 videos. If you would like to donate, feel free to drop into saltandsandstudios.com. But this class is for all, whether you have funding or not. So welcome and see you again soon. My name is Karen. Next week, I am traveling, so we will not have a live class. Please return to any of the videos. There are lots to choose from. Take care. Bye.